It was late November 2024 and I was 18 years old. I loved getting Christmas shopping done early. The Walden Galleria Mall in Buffalo always felt magical that time of year. Twinkling lights hung from every railing. A giant tree stood in the center court. Holiday music floated through the air. I already had 3 bags. One from Victoria's Secret, one from Zara, one from Sephora. I bought my brother and dad clothes at Zara. I picked makeup and perfume for my sister and mom at Sephora. I even treated myself to a few things. I had been walking around for hours. My feet hurt. I needed a break. I found a bench near the tall Christmas tree. The mall was still open but closing soon. People were leaving. The crowd thinned out. I sat down and scrolled through my phone. That was when an older man sat next to me. He looked about 62. Thin, white beard. He reminded me of a skinny Santa Claus. He cracked a joke about the mall decorations. I laughed. He seemed harmless. We talked for a couple minutes. He said he had been coming to this mall since it opened in 1989. He worried it might shut down soon. Then he said I looked like his daughter. He pulled out his phone and showed me a picture. The girl in the photo was 18 or 19. She had dark hair and blue eyes. She looked nothing like me. She did not even look like him. She could have been his granddaughter. I smiled politely. The conversation felt a little off. I decided it was time to go. I stood up and said goodbye. I walked away without looking back. I hate awkward moments. I found my car in the parking garage. I started the 10-minute drive home. My family owns several houses. I was staying in the one on a quiet cul-de-sac. Only my brother Cody lived there with me most of the time. Our parents traveled a lot. Cody went to University of Buffalo. Thursday nights he usually went out with friends. This was a Thursday. I was alone. The cul-de-sac was strange. It had a circle of grass and trees in the middle like a roundabout. 3 big houses sat around it. I turned into the circle and headed toward our driveway. My phone buzzed. The screen said Airtag found moving with you. My stomach dropped. I had never seen that message before. I kept driving but did not pull into the driveway. I looped around the circle and drove back out. I needed to be sure. I parked on the next street. I opened the Find My app. It showed a map. The dot moved when I moved. I made the Airtag play a sound. A faint beeping came from one of my shopping bags. My hands shook. I dug through the Sephora bag. My fingers closed around a small white disc. An Airtag. Someone put it there. I felt sick. I rolled down the window and threw it as far as I could. It landed in some bushes. I sped back to the house. I pulled into the driveway and ran inside. I hit the garage button. Mom's car was inside. I could not hide mine. I closed the garage and locked the front door. I called Cody. I told him everything. He sounded a little drunk but serious. He said call if anyone shows up. He would come home. I went to the living room. I turned on the TV to calm down. 10 minutes later the doorbell rang. My heart stopped. 3 loud knocks followed. A man's voice came through the door. Hey Ashley, I think you have my Airtag. Ashley was not my name. My name is Claire. It was the man from the mall. He knew where I lived. He saw me through the frosted glass. I stayed quiet. He yelled that he dropped it by accident. I did not believe him. I called Cody again. The man was at the door. Cody said he was on his way. He told me to call 911. I dialed. The operator asked questions. I whispered answers. I peeked through the glass. The man was gone. I waited. The TV played some sitcom. I could not focus. Out of the corner of my eye I saw movement. I looked at the window. Nothing. I told myself it was nothing. Then the voice came again. I love it when they play dumb. I turned. The old man stood outside the window. His face pressed against the glass. He smiled. He tapped the window. Don't pretend you don't know I'm watching you. I screamed into the phone. Cody said he was 2 minutes away. I ran to the office. No windows. I locked the door. I heard Cody's car. He ran inside. We checked the window. The man was gone. Police came. They searched the yard. No footprints. The officer did not know much about Airtags. He gave me a report number. He said contact Apple. The next day I tried. Apple said it was a legal process. Weeks passed. Nothing happened. I hope the man gave up when he saw Cody and the cops. I still think about the photo of the girl. I hope it was random. I hope she is safe. I moved away. I do not live there anymore. That is why I can tell this story now. My name is Claire. This next part happened after I moved for a new job. I got a promotion. Nothing huge. Just a mid-sized city. I lived alone in an apartment. The commute was 15 minutes. One Tuesday I drove home listening to a podcast. My phone buzzed. Airtag found moving with you. I thought it was a glitch. Maybe a coworker's keys fell near my car. I checked the back seat. Under the seats, glove box, trunk, nothing. The app said it had been with me over an hour. Someone put it in my car that morning. Or the night before. I had no choice. I drove home. I led them straight to my apartment. I searched the car again in the parking lot. Still nothing. I went inside. I tried to stay calm. My building had cameras. A locked lobby. It could be worse. The next morning the notification popped up again. I ignored it. I could not focus at work. I kept thinking someone was watching. That night I searched the car for an hour. I checked every crack. I felt along the back seat. My fingers hit something hard. I pulled it out. An AirTag, tucked where the seat met the backrest. My hands shook so bad I almost dropped it. I took it inside. I removed the battery. I did not want to destroy evidence. But I could not leave it active. I lay in bed that night. Who would do this? An ex? A coworker? A stranger? No one came to mind. The next evening I came home late. I walked to my door. It was open. Wide open. I live alone. No one has a key. I backed away. I called the police from my car. They searched. No fingerprints. No forced entry. Nothing missing. The door was unlocked with a key. A key no one should have. I showed them the AirTag. I told them everything. They asked if I had a stalker. I said no. They left. I could not sleep there. I stayed with a friend. I moved out the next month. I never saw another notification. But I still wonder, how did they get a key? Who is it? I may never know. My name is not important. I want to stay anonymous. This happened a few years ago. I grew up in an upper middle class suburb. I will not say where. What happened lasted months. It almost ruined my life. I broke up with my girlfriend after college. Let's call her Devin. The breakup was ugly. I was relieved. She was unstable. I have a friend named Zenon. His parents are rich. He throws huge parties at a house he inherited. I went to one. I saw Taylor. She was Devin's friend. Taylor flirted hard. I thought it was weird. Devin hated me. Taylor knew that. I drank too much. We hooked up upstairs. I passed out after. When I woke up my wallet was gone. Taylor was gone. I searched the room. Nothing. I looked for her downstairs. No luck. I remembered the AirTag in my wallet. I opened Find My. It was active. At a gym nearby. I drove there. The second I stepped out of my car the AirTag went offline. I walked around the building. I looked. Through windows. No one I knew. The receptionist would not let me in. I went home. I checked all day. It stayed offline. Sunday noon it came back. At a park. I drove there. Same thing. I got out. It went offline. I jogged around. No one familiar. I felt watched. Someone was turning it off when I arrived. They saw me coming. I researched. You can remove the battery. Someone was playing games. I decided to ignore it. I had work Monday. Days passed. The AirTag stayed offline. I moved on. Then glass shattered downstairs. I was in bed. I froze. I called 911. I locked my bedroom door. Someone tore through the house. They left before police came. Laptop gone. Monitor gone. Some cash. I thought it was random. Weeks later the AirTag showed up again. At a bar. I went. Hood up. Trying to be sneaky. It went offline the second I got close. I lost it. I accused random people in line. Bouncer threw me out. Everyone stared. I swore I was done. One more time it showed at a coffee shop. I ignored it. Then police knocked. Arrest warrant. Stalking. Search warrant. Looking for a journal. I said there was no journal. They found one. In my dresser. I was in handcuffs already. Devin built a case. Photos of me at the gym. The park. The bar. Text messages from my number. Harassing her. Saying awful things. She said I caused her to crash her car. The journal was worst. Pages of my handwriting. Her schedule. Sick plans. I did not write it. No one believed me. She broke in weeks earlier. Stole my laptop. Sent messages to herself. Made a key copy when we dated. A guy she slept with confessed. He had the AirTag. Taylor gave it to Devin. He took photos. Turned it off when I showed. He thought it was a prank. Then she planted the journal. Charges dropped. Devin admitted everything. I still have nightmares. My friends believed her at first. My name almost went online. I may never trust anyone again. One AirTag almost destroyed my life. I was 18. Christmas shopping. Walden Galleria. 3 bags. Bench by the tree. Old man sat down, joked about decorations, talked about the mall closing, showed a photo, said she was for his daughter. She looked nothing like us. I left, drove home, Airtag notification, found it in Sephora bag, threw it away, doorbell, knocks, hey Ashley, my Airtag, same man, he followed me, saw me through glass, yelled accident, I called brother, called 911, he went to window, face pressed, smiling, tapping, I love it when they play dumb. Cody came, police came, nothing found, I moved, still scared, new city, new job, Tuesday drive, Airtag alert, searched car, nothing, drove home anyway, searched again, found it in seat crack, removed battery, next night door open, called police, no entry signs, unlocked with key, moved out, still wonder who, broke up with Devin, party, hooked up with Taylor, wallet gone, Airtag inside, tracked to gym, offline when I arrived, park, same, felt watched, house broken into, laptop stolen, Airtag at bar, lost control, accused strangers, then arrest, Devin framed me, photos, texts, journal, she had key, stole laptop, sent messages, guy confessed, charges gone, life changed, the mall smelled like cinnamon and pine. I carried my bags proudly. Zara for the guys, Sephora for the girls, I sat to rest, the man's beard was white and thin, his eyes too blue, the photo on his phone was blurry. The girl smiled like she did not know him. I should have left sooner. The drive home was dark. The cul-de-sac quiet. The notification glowed. The beeping came from perfume and lipstick. I threw it hard. The doorbell was too loud. The knocks too strong. Ashley is not my name. The window glass was cold on his cheek. His smile too wide. Cody's tires screeched. The police lights flashed. No footprints in the snow. The new apartment had beige carpet. The parking lot had bright lights. The podcast was about true crime. The alert froze my blood. I checked every inch. The Airtag hid like a secret. The battery came out with a twist. The door stood open like a mouth. The police walked through silently. The key turned without scratch. I packed boxes fast. The new place has 3 locks. Zenon's house had marble floors. The music was loud. Taylor's perfume was strong. The bedroom door clicked shut. My wallet slid away. The gym smelled like rubber mats. The park had wet grass. The bar had sticky floors. The coffee shop had burnt beans. Each time the dot vanished, the glass broke like ice. The journal pages curled. The handcuffs were cold. The confession came too late. Trust shattered like the window. I check bags now. I check seats. I check locks. I check twice. The Christmas lights still sparkle. But I shop online. The tree still stands tall. But I walk fast. The cul-de-sac is empty. But I drive past. The apartment is gone, but I remember the open door. The wallet is new, but I carry no Airtag. The past follows quietly, like a notification you cannot delete. People think technology keeps us safe. It can lead danger straight to your door. One small disk, one press of a button, one smile through glass, one open door, one fake journal. Lives change in seconds. I was shopping for joy. I found fear. I was driving to work. I found invasion. I was moving on. I found a trap. Be careful where you sit. Be careful what you carry. Be careful who you trust. The holidays are bright, but shadows hide in the lights. My name was almost ruined. My freedom almost gone. My mind almost broken. Claire still jumps at doorbells. Claire still checks car seats. Claire still looks over her shoulder. The man may be anywhere. The key may still exist. The Airtag may beep again. I tell these stories so you check your phone. So you search your bags. So you change your locks. So you stay safe. The mall is still open. The tree still shines. But I will never sit on that bench again.